Guess what? It is finally March. That means this is the month we're launching and we have lots to share. We want to show you how to use the Sourdough Sidekick, what we've been working on, and talk about launch. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, I'm going to give you an idea of how you're going to use the Sidekick in auto mode and custom mode. So let's do a little walkthrough of how to get it set up and how you can expect to interact with the machine. Again, this is a prototype, so this should give you a really good idea what it's going to be like. Step number one, we're going to need to fill the flour and the water containers. The flour hopper is removable. You don't have to remove it. You can bring the flour over to the device if you want, but if you want to remove it to fill it, that's fine. You can do it over the sink, because I always spill at least a little bit of flour on the counter when I try to do something on the counter. So you're going to fill that up, lock it into position. Same with the water tank. It's removable. Take it to the sink, fill it up. You don't have to remove it. You can fill it up right on the device if you'd like. Okay, so once you've got those filled, the next thing you're going to do is pick a mode. We're going to do auto first. So you're going to select the amount of starter that you want and how many days and hours in advance that you want it. And then you're going to need to put in seed. This is very important. In order to be able to grow the starter to the amount you need for your recipe, you got to put in a beginning amount or seed of starter. Let's talk a little more about the seed. Again, it's always required when you're making sourdough bread. You can make that starter yourself. You can use the device to do it in custom mode to make it yourself if you'd like, or you can get it from the internet or a friend. Starters are everywhere and you can easily get them. Okay, now you got your starter, you got to put your seed in. 1 tablespoon is probably going to be the seed that we're going to use every time. That's about 14 grams of starter, all-purpose starter. If you use a different flour besides all-purpose flour, it could fluctuate a gram either way. Doesn't really matter. This is the seed amount. All right, so now you put your tablespoon of seed starter in there, about 14 grams. To visualize this, what you're trying to do for most recipes is grow from this to about a cup's worth of starter, somewhere between 200 and 250 grams. 227 is a very common amount. That's about a cup of actively fed starter. It's probably going to be a little hard to see on the prototype, but I'm going to go into auto mode. I'm going to select, it defaulted to 5 days. I'm just going to say 5 days. Well, you can do up to 7. 5 days. It's got 250 grams. Great. I'm going to select 250 grams. And it wants me to add the seed. I'm going to take a scoop of my starter, about 14 grams. I'm going to add it into the crock. And you might get your finger dirty on that. That's okay. Have a napkin close by. We put our seed in, put the device back together, and then we're going to let it start. All right, so now the Sidekick is actively doing the thing. It's mixing, it's dosing flour. What it's going to do is it's going to microfeed your starter. This is something that we have tested and proven it works great. So what the Sidekick is doing is it's going to microfeed throughout the next several days. In this case, I've got 5 days to grow that starter very well to the amount that I want for my recipe. I put in 250 grams. I come back in 5 days. At the time I set, I've got 250 grams of fed and ready to use starter. And the best part of this is, because it is microfeeding, I don't have to constantly discard this thing every day. And in fact, I don't have to discard it all for those 5 days. Because of that microfeeding, it's gonna get me right there, right on time. So that's the great thing about auto mode. You set it up at the beginning and it just takes care of it. You go about your life. Come back when you're ready, use it. Okay, so one other thing about auto, when I'm done, what am I gonna do? Here's what I think a very common use case will be. I'm gonna remove my crock, take the lid off, set it on a napkin. I'm gonna take my cup. You can use a scale if you want. You don't necessarily have to. And I'm gonna fill this up with my nice active fed starter. Put that back down, still got some in it. Make my dough. And now I have a decision. Do I want to do another 7-day feed, 5-day feed, whatever it is? If so, here's what you can do. Take your 1 tablespoon of starter out of the crock, set it aside. I'm going to go wash this, come back, put my seed back in. It's properly dosed. Put the lid in. And start it again. Now I'm ready to go, maybe next weekend. The hopper and the water tank are clear. You're gonna wanna top those off too before you start the next auto feeding. Okay, for custom mode, I've already got an established routine, let's say. I do this every day anyway. I actually do discard and use my discard. It'll totally handle that for you. So I would go into custom mode, select the feeding ratio that I prefer, and how often I want it to feed for me. And then I tell it how much seed I'm putting in. So in this case, you may always feed your 100 gram remaining starter from the previous day, a 1-to-1-to-1 or a 1-to-2-to-2. You're gonna put that amount in the crock. If it's not already there, put it in, tell it how much is in there, and then it's gonna manage for you that custom feeding. It will also tell you when you're gonna need to discard. It's kind of a prediction. It knows how much is in there now. It knows how much it's gonna add based on your feeding ratio. So it can predict when you're gonna need to discard. So custom mode is how a lot of people already feed their starter. It just lets you do that where you don't have to be present. So if you have multiple feedings a day, you don't have to be there for every feeding. Or you can set it up to be when you're maybe not home. That's some of the main benefits of custom. So there's another look at our most recent prototype and the way it looks and behaves right now. I do expect this prototype and the product to get even better as we move along, so stay tuned.
So we are in full swing of making more prototypes. We have decided to name them after the Office characters because it's one of our favorite shows here. The one we're currently working on in honor of Jenna Fisher, who is an avid sourdough baker who played Pam on the show. We've got Pam right here. Anna is making up some really nice wiring harnesses because we're making our prototypes as tight and clean as we possibly can. We have passed the janky, messy versions, and now we're getting into the nicer, cleaner versions. So our initial prototype that's a little messy but got the job done, that kicked around the office for a little while, is Michael. Number 2 is Dwight. We have Jim, and now we have Pam. So we've got parts going nonstop on our print farm. I've got a whole list of prototypes to make and where they're supposed to go and who needs one, and so every day I'm making a new version of these prototypes, and it's been really fun. Working here at FirstBuild in the makerspace has been really fun, but I'm trying to put these prototypes together and people keep stealing my clamps.
I stole all of his clamps. This isn't even for the Sidekick.
Like we told you a couple weeks ago, we're going to be launching the Sourdough Sidekick through a crowdfund. Now, this is not our first crowdfund, and you might be asking, why do we actually do a crowdfund? The crowdfund is the community's final vote on whether or not this product should come to life. You may have signed up for our newsletter, you may have left a comment on our YouTube channel or one of the ads that have been running, but this is your chance. If it doesn't meet its pre-order goal, it goes away and we go cry. If it does meet its goal, then we're moving into the next phase, which is manufacturing and production. I know you want to know when, where, how much, and all of that is coming, I promise. Just give me about a week or two, because at the same time we announce all of that, we're going to be also announcing a major announcement, and I'm really excited to share. You want to be among the first to know all of these details? Then make sure you're signed up for our newsletter in the link below, and stay tuned.